What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. All right, so before I get into this video, I want to give a big shout out to the brother Zach Hankins for the $10 donation via the Cash App. And he had a video request and a question. He asked me, is Trump still a convicted felon now that he's won the presidency? And look, I'm not a brilliant legal mind. I'm not Johnny Cochran. Um, I'm not exactly the go-to source for this. This isn't my bag, but I mean, based upon what I've read, I guess he is a convicted felon, uh, but he has not been sentenced. Uh, as far as the cases involving the Department of Justice is concerned, those cases have been in limbo. Because I believe that these cases were, although I do believe that he did some stuff, I do believe that there were wrongdoing, in my opinion, but I do believe that these cases, the timing was politically motivated. But look, the Constitution does not prohibit a felon from holding office. That was the misconception many people had. It doesn't say anything about a person being a convicted felon actually running for office. Although I think it's very hypocritical that a person can run for office, but in several states a felon can't vote. That makes no sense. So either amend the Constitution so that convicted felons cannot run for office, which I don't agree with, because everybody deserves a second chance in this country, or after at least a period of time, allow convicted felons to be able to restore their rights to vote. That's the only thing that makes sense. I don't care what anybody says. Doesn't make any sense. Convicted felons, okay, look, if you want to feel like there should be a probationary period where they may not have the right to vote, but maybe it's restored within maybe 5 years or something like that, that makes sense. Okay, but look, get back to Trump. You cannot convict a sitting president. They're immune to this type of stuff. The only thing that can happen to a president from a legal aspect or a legal angle is him being impeached, which doesn't necessarily mean he's going to be removed from office. A president is basically immune from prosecution. So the Department of Justice is going to have to wind down their cases against him. I forgot which one of it. Because I'll be honest with you, a lot of this stuff is a blur to me. I kind of pay attention to it, but I wasn't paying that much attention to it. But I remember there was, of course, there's the case against him in New York for the hush money, right, with Stormy Daniels. And incidentally, because those charges were, that case was in New York, that had no bearings on him voting in Florida, according to Florida law. That's why he was able to vote. Of course, there's a case, and I think it's the Department of Justice, the case as far as corruption when it comes to, and I do believe he did try to do this. I do think that he tried to meddle in the Georgia state election in 2020. We heard him talking to the Georgia Secretary of State, trying to look for 11 or 12,000 votes. But that case is going to be shut down, as is the case with the documents. So, this is the thing. What's the special counsel name for the Department of Justice? I think it's Jack Davis. He's going to have to resign because I think Trump said he's going to fire his ass once he becomes president officially, which is going to be January 20th. So to me, Jack Smith might as well just resign because Trump's going to fire him. And if he doesn't resign, Trump's going to fire him and put somebody in place that's going to wind down the case and be a puppet. So for the next 4 years, Trump's going to be immune to prosecution. And then, in 4 years, if Trump is still here, you got to say that because he's 78. But looking at his family history, both his parents lived well into their 90s. So I would think he would still be here. In 4 more years, when Trump leaves the White House, my best guess is he got to kind of hope that J.D. Vance wins the presidency. And I would think, and I think they would do it, I think J.D. Vance would probably give Trump a pardon for any crimes, sort of like what Gerald Ford did with Richard Nixon, for any crimes he may or may have committed, that he did or may have committed. I think he'll give him a full and absolute pardon, which means that any federal charges levied against him will have to be dropped for those crimes. Now, he will still be subject to state charges, but I mean, let's be honest. A sitting president, or not sitting president, excuse me, a president in general is not going to go to prison in this country. It's just not going to happen, man. It's not going to happen. If Trump actually got convicted and actually went to prison, whoever was involved in that case, I just put it like this: they might want to leave the country. That's just how it is. You know what I'm saying? I hate to say it, but that's just how it is in this country, man. So I don't think anything. I think, for all intents and purposes, Trump's legal issues are over. I do believe he's going to be on a revenge tour. I saw that somebody affiliated with the Trump campaign give a warning to Letitia James, which in itself I think is illegal to threaten an elected official, but they did it. It's going to be absolute. Yeah, that's what it's going to be on, revenge. And I think anybody that turned on him, anybody that he perceives or his administration perceives as enemies, they're going to catch hell. But you know what? I'm going to say this. If I was him, I know this might sound fucked up, I probably had the same mindset. I probably would. I probably had the same mindset that he has. Especially considering the fact that, people try to completely ignore the fact that this guy was taken out damn nearly twice. And the media act like they didn't give a shit. So, in his mind, he might be thinking, hey, the deep state tried to get him. So, yeah, if I was him, I would absolutely be on a revenge tour. But like I said before, if I was in his position, man, I'll put it like this. If I was in that position, I don't know whether LBJ or Tricky Dick is up above or below, but whatever the hell they'd be like, I goddamn Dick. I thought we were some ruthless sons of bitches. That goddamn too raw. That guy's a surly square. He's a surly spook, I tell you. Well, we had our enemies list, but I tell you, that son of a bitch, that black son of a bitch, he doesn't take any goddamn guff from anybody. I tell you, that's one hell of American. I remember I had my enemies list, but his enemies list goes from here to goddamn Yorba Linda. Yeah, but anyway, why the hell did I just do that? Come on, Ed Sullivan or some shit. But anyway, that's all I got to say about it. Tell me what you guys think. Another sign I'm old. They're probably like, who the fuck is Ed Sullivan?